Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
I was so angry. I just want something done to this officer that did this. He could have killed my grandson.
A Rockford family sues the city and Rockford Public Schools because of what happened in this video from Auburn High School. A potentially life-saving medication now available at the touch of a button in free vending machines. Plus, the FDA gives the green light to updated COVID boosters for kids. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. The family of Auburn High School student Paris Moore files a federal civil rights lawsuit. It stems from an incident in September of last year. Video shows a school resource officer slamming the 14-year-old to the floor. Today, lawyers for the Moore family held a news conference. Our Nicole Delgado has more. Nicole?
Mimi, the teen's family admits he was wandering the halls, skipping class, but they said what happened went too far and claims the district tried to cover it up.
Tell me a bogus story like they did as to what happened. That tells me right there they're both involved in covering up what they did. So they both knew what they did was wrong.
Diane Morgan arrived at Auburn High School last fall to pick up her grandson, Paris Moore. She says Resource Officer Bradley Lauer and Assistant Principal Scott Dimke told her there was a scuffle and Paris slipped and fell. But Morgan says she realized his injuries were much worse.
This is all he's doing, pretty much. And got picked up and slammed to his head.
Surveillance video from inside the school shows Lauer slammed the 14-year-old freshman to the ground, resulting into a 4 to 6 inch vertical skull fracture. Paris's mother, Stephanie Moore, says he hasn't been the same since.
He's a very fun, smart kid to be around, but now it's like he just drifted away.
Lauer is no longer a school resource officer at Auburn. We asked the police department what his current role is, but they declined to comment.
For him to lose his job, his position, I don't feel as though he should deal with nobody. If he can do that to a child in a school where there's cameras, what can he do to a child out here on the street?
The family says Paris now struggles with day-to-day activities and wish the school would have done anything but what they did.
I feel I should have had a phone call telling me Paris is in the halls, he's refusing to go to class, and come get him and give him a suspension or something. I do feel correction should have been done, but not to the extent that they carried it.
Neither RPS or the city are commenting on the lawsuit. The mayor did tell us he supports the officers and the long-standing relationship they have with the schools to provide a safe learning environment. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Nicole. A busy Rockford street is back open after a crash earlier today. Rockford police responded to the intersection of Auburn and Huffman Boulevard around 12:30. A car and a minivan collided. Both vehicles had heavy front-end damage. We're told there were injuries, but police haven't released any further information. Both cars had to be towed from the scene. Freeport police investigate another shooting in the city. Officers were called to the area of Clark Street and Cherry Avenue for multiple shots fired around 6 yesterday. Police say a man was firing shots as he ran across the street. A home on Cherry Avenue was hit, as well as a vehicle parked on West Clark. No one was hurt. If you know anything about the shooting, call Freeport Police or State Line Area Crime Stoppers. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office teams up with the Health Department to address opioid overdoses in the community. Thanks to a grant, 2 Narcan vending machines are now available in downtown Rockford. Leaders call them life-saving tools. Winnebago County Sheriff Gary Caruana says his patrol division distributes Narcan on a regular basis. Now the life-saving medication's available to the public through 2 free vending machines.
We put one in the Justice Center at 650 West State Street and the other one at 420 West State Street, the old public safety building. We felt that's accessible to the public if they need them.
Narcan, the brand name for the drug naloxone, can reverse the effects of a drug overdose. County leaders hope the vending machine project increases Narcan distribution in the community. All people have to do is punch in a number next to their zip code, and it dispenses a 2-dose box of Narcan.
It reduces stigma. It's out in the open, just like the candy and soda machines here.
Martell says the number of reported opioid deaths in Winnebago County remains high. In 2019, 130 people died from an opioid overdose. In 2020, the number jumped to 157. And last year, there were 147 opioid deaths. People who use the free vending machines are asked to voluntarily register through a website and respond to surveys.
The information that we ask is not who did you use it on. It's, approximately where were you at the time? Did it work? Right? We have reports from our first responder community. They're very good about getting hospital data, but we don't know about what we call bystander or layperson community resident saves.
The sheriff says the locations of the vending machines shouldn't deter anyone from using them.
People might feel like because it's here we're enforcing the law. No, we're not. This is not a law enforcement effort. This is a community effort to save people's lives.
Additional vending machines could be added in the future if the health department can demonstrate their impact on the community. Today is the last day to apply to join the Rockford Public Schools Board. It comes after the resignation of Cameron Mohammed. She's represented Subdistrict C since 2021. Board members are looking for a candidate to fill the empty spot. That person will serve through the next school board election next April. Interviews will be conducted during a special meeting next Tuesday, and an appointment will be made at the October 25th school board meeting. Children as young as 5 will soon be eligible for updated COVID booster shots. Today, the FDA cleared the shot that's designed to target the variants currently spreading. Once the CDC signs off on the approval, vaccinations can begin. Officials are encouraging everyone to get boosted ahead of holiday gatherings. That $5 latte you buy every morning on your way to work could help you save on your next flight. Starting today, Delta and Starbucks have teamed up. For every $1 spent at Starbucks, customers will earn 1 reward mile from Delta. Another perk, on the day of your Delta flight, you can earn double rewards points on orders. It won't automatically apply. First, you have to link your Starbucks and Delta rewards. But if you link your accounts before the end of the year, you can get a 500-mile bonus. Congress could move forward on legislation to respond to OPEC's decision to reduce its oil output. Nicknamed NOPEC, the legislation would let the Justice Department sue OPEC members under antitrust laws. The White House says it will consult with Congress on how to reduce OPEC's control on energy prices. President Biden warned Saudi Arabia would face consequences for producing less oil. He did not say what those consequences would be. The Washington Post reports Saudi Arabia rejected requests from the U.S. to delay its oil production decision for another month. Saudi Arabia is considered the de facto ruler of OPEC. Wholesale inflation rose more than expected in September. Prices soared 8.5% as prices for everyday necessities remain at a multi-decade high. The Producer Price Index rose 0.4% from August, a worrisome sign for the Federal Reserve as it looks to combat price gains and tame consumer demand with continued interest rate hikes. September's inflation increase is the fastest since May of this year. Over the last year, core prices have climbed 5.6% overall. People on Social Security are expected to get a bump in their monthly payments. The exact amount is set to be released tomorrow. The 2023 cost of living adjustment is expected to be around 9% or even higher, meaning more money each month for Social Security recipients. Experts say this will be the highest increase in 40 years and is set to help those on a fixed income from something unexpected or even a potential recession.
We need to make sure as retirees or disabled people that you have enough liquid income for emergencies. Putting maybe a little of that extra money that you're getting, if you are in the enjoyable position where you don't need it all to restock a pantry, that might be a wise thing to do.
It's not just older people who benefit from this. The government says around 4 million children also receive some kind of Social Security money.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Welcome back. We have had a busy last couple of hours. Really, by the time 11 kind of hit around, we did get some severe weather, tornado warned storms, and some severe thunderstorm warnings. For the most part, that was in McHenry County and then also Walworth County, so our far northeastern portions of the state line. But a lot of heavy rain was produced in some areas. These were our storm reports. There actually were 3 brief tornado touchdowns in Walworth County, some wind damages outside of McHenry County. We did have some reports of trees down and then also some gusty winds, both from severe thunderstorm warned spells. So we did see one near Elkhorn that was in Walworth County around 12:01 p.m. There was also another one near Whitewater. This one's caption says an observed rotation. A funnel did hit contact with the ground just south of Highway 12 and then Highway 59. There was also one near Burlington in Racine. So that one was just outside of the viewing area, but there were 2 other ones. And then also several reports of downed power lines, power poles, and then also some trees that were down. That was all due to our gusty winds inside of those severe thunderstorm warned storms. So north of Rockford, we did receive 0.4 of an inch of rain, 0.3 on the northeast side of Rochelle. South of Rochelle, 2.2 inches. That was our highest rainfall total today. And then just 0.3 of an inch also southeast or southwest of the Rockford area. Freeport then, north of Freeport area, got 1 inch of rain. So there was some heavy pockets of rain this afternoon. We are still seeing some rain that is popping up on the radar northwest of the Rockford area at this point in time. Clouds are increasing once again. You can see those clouds forming. This is our SkyTrack camera located in Rochelle. There was lots of pretty blues out there. We did see breaks in the clouds after that first initial line of storms and showers did pass through the state line, but again, more rain is anticipated by the later evening hours. That's going to move in northwest of here within the next couple of hours, pass through Rockford somewhere probably between 7 and 8. I don't think it's going to be a heavy rain. This is not going to bring us any severe weather. That cold front did pass already, and that has also dropped our temperatures out there already. That's going to pass very quickly, dry us up at least for the overnight hours, and then into the brunt half of tomorrow. I think we could see some showers though tomorrow during peak heating of the day, although temperatures are not going to be that warm out there tomorrow. After that, drying up yet again for at least Friday morning. I think cloud cover is definitely going to come back into play though by the late morning, early afternoon, and then another chance of rain Friday night. Again, I don't think that's going to be too heavy either. Most models do have us getting a little bit, but then for the weekend with that next cold front, the pair of 2 cold fronts, it does look like our temperatures are going to drop, and then also most of the rain is looking to stay south of here, but something to keep an eye on. Daytime highs did reach the mid to lower 60s all across the map. We have fallen. Temperatures have fluctuated though. With that cold front, we're currently sitting at 61 degrees in Rockford, 58 in Monroe, and then 58 in DeKalb. So everywhere across the state line is in the lower 60s and then the upper 50s. Out of the next couple of days, though, we're definitely going to see temperatures continue to drop out there. The 50s only, though, for daytime highs. And I'll show that 7-day forecast at the end of the show. Mimi.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
It is hockey season once again. The Blackhawks play their preseason opener, or rather their season opener tonight, and they could not have a tougher opponent. They're going to take on the defending Stanley Cup champs, the Colorado Avalanche in Denver. The Avs will be, though, without one of their top players, winger Gabriel Landeskog. He has a lower body injury. The Blackhawks won't have Caleb Jones on the ice. He has a shoulder injury. Tonight's game marks the head coaching debut of Luke Richardson for the Blackhawks. It is a 7:30 start. Tomorrow night, the Bears will be in the national spotlight with their game against the Washington Commanders. Receiver N'Keal Harry could make his debut for the Bears. He was held back the first 5 weeks after having ankle surgery. The Patriots' former #1 draft pick says he's been working on developing chemistry with Justin Fields.
Just growing. Obviously, I haven't been able to practice. Been at practice for what? It's my 2nd week of practice. Right, yeah. So we're still growing, but it's the NFL, so if I get thrown out there, they're going to expect me to have good chemistry, and that's what's expected.
Now, the Bears game tomorrow night will not be on TV. It's being streamed on Amazon's Prime Video. Only 2 TV stations in the country are allowed to show the game, one in Chicago and one in Washington, the 2 cities where the 2 teams are based. The station in Chicago that will be allowed to show it is Fox 32. That does not, I repeat, that does not mean it's a Fox network game. Fox 32 will be picking up the Prime Video stream. So why aren't other TV stations allowed to do that? It's simple. Prime Video is paying the NFL $1 billion a year to stream these Thursday night games. And to make that money up, Prime Video needs you to subscribe to its streaming service. As I've said before many times over the years, we would show on our stations every single Bears game that is ever played if we could, but we're not allowed to show tomorrow night's game. So to see it, you need to subscribe to Prime Video, go to a bar that has Prime Video, or go to Chicago. Now, with the Thursday night game, I have to get my picks in early this week. I'm 4-1 so far this season predicting Bears games. Last week, I had them losing to the Vikings 27-9. They lost 29-22. This week, I'm picking the Bears to win over the Commanders 20-17, partly because I was encouraged by the improvement I saw in the Bears offense last week, and partly because the Commanders don't bring much to the table. Now for the Packers. I'm 3-2 picking their games after losing last week. I had the Packers defeating the Giants 24-13. They, of course, lost 27-22. This week, I'm taking the Pack over the Jets 24-21. This game would have been a no-brainer in the preseason to pick, but the Packers have not looked good, and the Jets have been surprisingly competitive. The Packers could have a London hangover, and Aaron Rodgers has a sore thumb, but I think they're going to find a way to win at home.
Today turned out to be a really strange weather day.
I know.
I mean, it's October, and
yes.
we don't usually have tornado warnings.
No, we had several severe warning storms, and we did have 3 or at least 2 tornadoes that did touch down on the state line, Mimi. So it started as a calm day, got those downpours, the severe warning storms. Nothing much on the interactive radar. There is a band of showers, though, that's moving in, not anticipating any severe weather with that, though. Behind that cold front, temperatures sure did fall off the wagon after that, though. They are still in the upper 50s, lower 60s, but we are going to only have highs in the mid to lower 50s the next several days. Thursday down to 52. Freezing level Thursday night into Friday calls for widespread frost, and then the mid 60s Friday and Saturday. So Mimi, no more 70s.
I was just going to say, there's no 70s.
I know, I'm sad.
Me too. Thanks, Savannah. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.